fiancé cheated on me after 4 years together. Found out his secret he's been dealing with for years. So my fiancé, 21 male, and I, 22 female, have just gotten an apartment together after being together for 4 years. We got engaged after a few months ago and everything has been fine between us, except for a few minor disagreements, and things were going pretty well. That is until I found out. I've been having a weird feeling that he has been hiding something for a few months now, but always chalked it up to insecurities. I'll admit, once we moved in together, this feeling overwhelmed me, and while he was walking our dogs, I decided to look at his phone. I know, huge mistake, but what I found has made me sick to my stomach. I found emails where he had logged into multiple dating sites to look for trans women. I also found an Instagram account that he had made to interact with the trans women he had met in college, and told me was just someone who wouldn't leave him alone. And lastly, porn searches targeted towards trans women. I confronted him, of course, and he came clean to me about how he can't get the thought of being with a trans women out of his head, and that he sexed the women from his school but he has no interest and doesn't know why he keeps going back. He also blamed porn, saying it's why he has these urges. I feel sick and lied to, and I'm not sure how to deal with this information. I agreed we could work on things because he broke down so badly and seemed genuinely upset, but I can't stop thinking about what I saw, and I'm not sure how to go forward with moving on. Any advice is appreciated.
No one never knows why they do something. That's just denying accountability and responsibility. Add that to the lying, deceiving and lack of communicating. He only broke down because he got caught and grilled. He never confessed and never shared his thoughts with you. The trust is gone. Move away. You've been given this gift of truth. You found out before your lives were inextricably intertwined. Leave and find someone who you are compatible with sexually and morally. The right man won't lie and cheat, and what he's doing is cheating. Just because he is exploring his kink doesn't mean that it's not cheating. I think something that would hurt me is that he sort of deceived you for years, because there are men out there that fetishize trans women. If I were you, I'd think, did he really have feelings for me? Was he using me too so he could deceive people that he was in a regular relationship? During intimacy, was he thinking of me or a trans woman? Majority of people think sexting is cheating. Don't give him hope that your relationship is going to work just because he starts crying. You're still young, you can move on. Personally, I think that you two are way too young to get married. You should live, laugh and love. There is so much to see and do before you tie yourself down. You just turned old enough to buy beer. Your car insurance will drop when you turn 25. Have fun and run. I would honestly be done. Either he's just a liar and a cheater, and it will happen again as he's already minimized his behaviors, or he has some type of addiction, and relapse is part of recovery, so it will happen again. It's obviously not something you're able to accept or deal with, and I don't blame you. After marrying and having a child with an addict, I would honestly never recommend it to anyone, because there are a lot of issues and behaviors there, even when in recovery, and again, relapse is part of every addiction/recovery process. The possibility of relapse is always on the table. Lying and self-centeredness is always a condition of addiction in any form. It's against your boundaries, and that's perfectly okay. Be grateful you found out before the relationship went any further or children were brought in. You can't fix an addict, and their issues have nothing to do with you, though you will go through all the ups and downs of their issues if in a close relationship with them. Relationships are nothing without trust, and you deserve way more than this. Don't be the wife that saw the signs and ignored them for years while he had gay sex on the side, and then he plays victim because he was too afraid to be who he really is, because of his shame and self-hate, and now you have 2.5 kids, and must figure out how to go on as a single mom and co-parent with your now openly gay ex and his new partner. You deserve better. I think you need to figure out if this is worth staying for. Couples counseling definitely needs to happen if you stay. Not to mention other counseling and treatment for him having these obsessions and acting on them. I have OCD, and this sounds all too familiar. Mine's sexual obsession is with a topic I'm too embarrassed to admit, but I'm in treatment now. I think no matter what you decide to do, you should ultimately choose to do it for your own well-being and safety. You sound like a wonderful person who deserves a space where there is trust and growth. So trust is broke, there is no fixing it. This is something you won't ever forget. There is really no reason to waste any more of your or his time. He's sorry, cause he got caught. Also no, it wasn't a mistake or a bad idea for you to look at his phone. The mistake was, you didn't look sooner. You knew something wasn't right yet, you still moved in and became his fiancé. Honey, this is a learning relationship, this isn't your forever. You need to let him go so he can go figure out his sexuality and face up to things he needs to face up to. Look at it this way, at least you found out before you all got married or had kids or bought a house. At least you're not stuck with him. I'm sorry this happened to you, but you both should see it as a blessing, that you didn't get tied to someone who isn't firm on his sexuality, and him now. Maybe he will take time and figure out his sexuality. Good luck to you both. Just know regardless of who it was, he was cheating, period.